Hey, welcome, Tiffin, to episode 3 of TiffinTalk, the official podcast of the city of Tiffin. I am Mayor Tim Kasparek.
And I'm Mayor Pro Tem Tim Orris. Thank you for joining us. You know, Tim, you kind of sound like, Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam. Good morning. This is Tiffin Podcast 3.
How old is that movie? That's pretty old.
Yeah, that's old. Well, so am I. So it just, qualifies.
See, you beat me to the joke. That's really where I was going with that.
That's why I did it. I knew it was coming. I could see it.
Hey, I think full disclosure, 2 things. One, we had council meeting last night, so you and I are both probably tired. I think you probably went home last night and had a warm glass of milk and tucked yourself into bed. But then more importantly, we're upgrading, Tiffin. We are using a new platform this month with the podcast. So
yes.
We're not sure how this is going to go. I think, it was almost like we were getting too good, and then producer Ashley had to throw a new wrinkle in it and make us all second guess what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, and also if we're doing full disclosure, and you're giving me a hard time about being old, Mayor Kasparek is on his phone because he couldn't get his laptop to work on the new software. So, just saying, as they say, just saying.
Hey, I mean, I'm not. You know me. I'm not one to throw my rank around, but I don't feel like you should be. I don't feel like that's allowed for you to beat up on me. Sorry,
buddy. You already appointed me. I got another 11 months before I get booted again. So.
That is true, though. I am having some technical difficulty today,
but
I feel a little bad about that. But
so bear with us. Yeah, we're still learning the new software, so there may be some hiccups.
Now, in theory, producer actually says that we're going to sound better here. So hopefully that pans out.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I agree. I hope we sound a lot better than what I hear during the day. Let's put it that way.
Let's get into it. We're also trying a new format today, which means we've got a lot jam-packed into here. So as I said, we are going to visit with Liz Petersen Grier in the second half of our hour. But up next, coming to the stage, is Kevin Swanson from the Clear Creek Lions Club, and we are going to talk to him about all things Lions Club. Tim, I think you're going to love this.
You think I am? Okay. I love it already.
All right. We're welcoming in Kevin Swanson right now.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, Kevin, for listeners who may not be familiar, what's the Clear Creek Lions Club and what's its mission here in Tiffin?
Well, I'd like to start just at the high level and talk about Lions Club for just 30 seconds. Lions Club is an international organization, almost 1.4 million members around the world, 50,000 different clubs around the world. They're located in over 200 countries and areas in the world. Lions Club, we here in Tiffin, our club is about 8 years old. The charter was established in 2018, and our motto basically is "We serve." And then you can break that down: commitment to services, dedication to excellence, appreciation to diversity, dynamic collaboration, personal and professional integrity, and spirit of innovation. That's what drives us as a group. We support Tiffin in several different ways. We enjoy being part of Tiffin and making Tiffin a little bit better. We try. In a little bit, I can give you a list of the different things that we have, but I just wanted to get that introduction about Lions Club and Lions Club here in Tiffin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Hey,
go ahead, MPT.
Go ahead, Tim. I was going to say, I kind of already know this answer, but were you were in the Lion Club before you came to Tiffin and became the president here?
No, was not. Um, we moved to Tiffin a little over 4 years ago, and we were talking with the president of the club at the time, and she put on a very good discussion about what Tiffin is trying to, the Lions Club is trying to accomplish in Tiffin. So our wife and I decided to join at that time, and we had lived here maybe 6 months, kind of knew the community, but no, joining the Lions Club helped us to get to know more people and try to understand Tiffin quicker is really what it boils down to. So there was a lot of upside to joining the Lions Club when we moved to Tiffin.
Perfect. Good.
Hey, Kevin, how big is the Tiffin Lions Club? How many members? What size are we talking about?
Well, I can give you percentages, but that really blows the numbers out of the water. We currently have 11 active members. We've had 5 new members join in the last 6 months, and so we're actively looking for people that want to participate. And when I say active, all 11 of us are um, really spending time with it. You know, we have a meeting once a month at what used to be Penn Seekers, now it's Penn Social. You know, they support us and let us use a meeting room there. And then from there, you know, the Flags Over Tiffin is our big fundraiser, but we do a lot of different things. And, you know, if you want to get really involved, you know, we have things that we can do. Um, but that's how we got involved, you know, with that and going forward with it. And like I said, it's been good for both my wife and I.
Kevin, with the going back to the flags over Tiffin, I know I've seen before where you've asked for volunteers to help with that. Do you still take volunteers to come help put them up and take them down?
Oh yeah, yeah. We, as a matter of fact, we'll be mailing out to all of the addresses here in Tiffin here shortly a postcard that'll further explain that as far as how to join, how to get a flag, how to join Tiffin Lions Club. So that'll be coming out, but we're always looking for help with that. You know, organization of the people that that distribute the flags, you know, collect the flags. You know, that's a lot of the behind the scenes, but getting out there and like I think you made reference earlier, you know, meeting people when we put the flags out or when we collect the flags. You know, that in itself just helps too. We can get
Yep.
so we get so many thumbs up and upside from talking with the people about that. I love driving down, you know, Kroll Avenue or something when all the flags are out. It's beautiful from my side.
It looks impressive. I agree.
Yeah, Kevin, and I think we've talked about this before in both the podcast, but also just in council meetings as well, MPT and I, just in terms of that sense of community that I think people are missing, and I think what you're talking about is maybe something that people don't necessarily know is even available to them in a Lions Club, but allows them to get to have that activity and get more sense of community. Is that what kind of fills your cup up a little bit when it comes to the participation?
Oh yeah, you know, thank you for the question. Really good question. To answer your question, you know, the easy answer is yes. But you know, beyond that, you know, there's a group called 55 Plus that we get together once a month, and so we have had several of those people join our club, join the Clear Creek Lions Club, and so as we grow, with some, like I said, we've added 5 new members in the last 6 months. As we grow, then they get to know people, and so teaching them or having them learn what Lions Club is trying to accomplish has been a lot of upside. It's like, and so yeah, oh yeah, Tiffin, we like living in Tiffin, and let's make it a better thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can spend a little bit of time with some of the stuff that we've done in the city of Tiffin. You know, like we've talked about, is the Flags Over Tiffin. You know, that's our big fundraiser. But other things that we've accomplished, we've donated backpacks to the Clear Creek School. We've organized 2 different blood drives. We support Iowa Kid sites. We donate food and money to the Clear Creek Food Pantry and also the North Liberty Food Pantry. We've collected winter clothes and donated them. One of the things with Lions Club is we collect old eyeglasses, and we work with Axis Eye Vision here in Tiffin, and those glasses are repurposed, and so that really helps. We've helped several children within the Clear Creek school district where they needed new glasses, and Axis would do the say, okay, we need these glasses, and we would support that and buy the glasses for the children. We've done that. We support the Iowa Lions Eye Bank, where we transport eye tissues quite often. We've made donations to the pet shelter in South Amana. I'm working with Grant Weber right now on donating a park bench to the parks in the city of Tiffin. We support the Tiffin Recreations League. We have attended Tiffin Brickfest. We've attended the homecoming parade. So that's just some of the stuff that, where we go out and touch Tiffin and try to spread, what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you read my mind, because before you gave us that impressive list, I was going to say, so besides the flags over Tiffin, what do you do? Ooh, boy, that's impressive. Hey, listen, a quick question on the eyeglasses. Where do you donate those? I mean, is there a drop box or a location we could take them to?
Yeah, well, several different things. The number one recommendation is we have a donation box at Axis Eye Care, that's sitting on the, and Samantha, the doctor there, she used to be a member, but she decided to have some children and made a priority in her life that, children are important, but,
Sure.
Still supports the Lion Club and still supports that. And also within the Lions organization up in northern part of Iowa, we have some members that repurpose the glasses and go through and clean them up and then distribute them from there. But no, we push that a lot. That's one of the things that we as an organization was tasked with pushing eye care.
So, Kevin, we talked about all that you do and all the work in the community. How does someone get involved? How does someone join the club if they want to be more involved?
Well, thank you for the question. We have a Facebook page out there called Clear Creek Lions Club of Tiffin. There's information there how to join. We have a email address on that, and that email address, if you want that, is contact@Clear Creek Lions Club, and that's all one word, .com. You can contact us through that. We have a post office box. It's Post Office Box 551, Tiffin, Iowa. You can contact us through that. We've tried to get as many ways to contact us out there. And also, I would like to say thank you to the city of Tiffin for the support that they give us through the Tiffin newsletter that goes out monthly. A big shout out to Abby with all of her support and what she does with us, and works with our marketing coordinator. So there's also that information in the Tiffin newsletter.
Kevin, if someone's been listening and thinking, I've been looking for a way to give back, what would you tell them?
I guess you're not supposed to do this, but I would answer that question with a question. And the question being, what do you want to accomplish? What do you as a person or you as a family, what do you want to accomplish? Do you want to support donation of food, or do you want to support? We have a gentleman that joined us that loves pushing the trees, and he has headed up some of the trees that we've donated to the city of Tiffin, where we helped plant over 42 trees last fall along a bike path in Park Place. And so each person brings special skills, and what skills do they have to bring? We'll try to exploit them, for lack of better words. But no, it's the question is, what do you want to accomplish?
Oh, okay. Good point. I like it. Sorry, I lost my place on my list of questions. Um, how much time commitment is involved?
Um, be up to the person. Like I said earlier, we meet once a month at Penn Social, 6:30 on the third Thursday of the month. And meetings last for about an hour. We communicate via email quite a bit. Um, but like the distribution of the flags, that takes well, you've participated in that, and that's 3 or 4 hours on one day, 3 or 4 hours on picking them up. Those are probably our biggest time consumers. But the list of stuff that we went through for, like Tiffin Rick Fest, that's most of a day, to set up, go through the event and then tear down. The donation, the blood drive. If you want to get involved in a blood drive, the last time we did that, I spent maybe 6 or 7 hours in it. It's what the person wants to do, but we want them to be active in it and to continue to push what we're trying to accomplish with the city of Tiffin.
And I'll follow up with that. Where do you hold your blood drives at?
The last blood drive we had, it was there at the chambers at the City of Tiffin Hall. So
Okay. All right.
We went through that, and once again, the City of Tiffin was very gracious and let us use the facility.
It's clearly a good cause.
So Kevin, obviously, when anybody's giving back to the community, we could talk about those things all day. I know MPT Tim and I have a lot to talk about all the time, given all the things that are happening on within the city. But personally, we'll wrap up on this question here. Personally, what does being part of the Lions Club mean to you?
Well, I'll go back to the question I asked earlier. What do I want to accomplish joining the Lions Club? And I wanted to help Tiffin grow as a community. When we moved here, Tiffin was and still is growing greatly, and be part of that and try to make it a little bit better. I've traveled all over the world and seen good things and some not good things. There's a lot of good things going on in Tiffin, and I just wanted to be part of that. But my wife and I wanted to be part of that and help the town grow. I'm retired, and so I have some extra time, and so that's what I wanted to do with my time.
Well, Kevin, thank you for the work you and the Clear Creek Lions Club do to strengthen our community. For more information, be sure to check out their website, social media pages. I think Kevin referenced them earlier. I would try to go through them, but I would probably not do a good job of that. So I'm going to leave it up to Kevin. But thank you very much, Kevin, for being part of our podcast.
Thank you so much for providing this time to me, and also for the support that everybody that works with the city of Tiffin is supporting us in what we try to accomplish. We really, really do appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely, Kevin. You have a good rest of your day, and appreciate you being here. All right. Well, hey, Tim, I told you were going to like that, right? I know you did.
Yeah, I love that. It was amazing.
He said something about 55 and over, and I immediately thought of you.
And now just hold on. That's all right. Yeah, never mind. That's me. In fact, I may be 65 and older. I don't know. My math isn't that good anymore.
I probably should start being careful about how much, I don't know what we want to call it, senior citizen abuse I give you. I may lose a good portion of the voting public in the next election. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But we still love you, Tim. Trust me.
Okay.
Because you're getting the gray hair, so you're getting the image of 55 plus. So that's the big thing.
I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say to that. So, all right. So that means it's time to transition. That was a great look at the Clear Creek Lions Club. now we are shifting from service projects to stories, literacy, and lifelong learning. We're joined now by Liz Petersen Grier, director of the Springmier Community Library. Liz, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
You paused there. It's almost like you weren't sure if you wanted to be here.
Oh no.
He's not that bad. Don't worry, Liz. I'll keep him under control.
Can you hear me now? Oh, still.
Uh-oh, I think we lost Liz.
Okay, is it better?
I think we're good now.
Okay. It was my Wi-Fi. What would it
See?
be without a few hiccups?
See, maybe there's a
That's right.
there's a citywide Wi-Fi issue going on maybe right now.
Could be.
Not for Ashley and I.
You can come to the library and we can learn all about Wi-Fi problems.
See, I understand Tim's tech savvy boy, I can't speak now. His tech problems, but not Liz. Liz is in the library. I've seen her, man. She can do anything in that library. So it's got to be her Wi-Fi now. Tim, that's another story. So.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
You shot across the bow right off the bat. So I'm going to just return fire here a little bit.
You know, MPT, I feel like people tune into this podcast to hear a nice, wholesome discussion amongst people who respect and appreciate one another. And I don't feel like I like your attitude tonight.
I really respect Liz. What are you talking about? She's a sweetheart, and Ashley is the best producer there ever is. So I don't understand what you're talking about.
All right. Moving on. We have Liz here. Let's talk to Liz. Liz, easy number one jumping off question for you. What's your favorite book?
Oh, I feel like there's two answers to this, and I always get a hard time, but I feel like people have two options. They have the book that they want people to think they're well read, and then they have the book that they actually enjoy. And I think it depends on the audience which one you give. So I'll give both. But if I had to pick, the classic, it'd be Pride and Prejudice, mostly because it came out. There's a new one coming out, new TV show. I think Netflix is doing it. And then the real one is Harry Potter book 6, The Half-Blood Prince. And I feel like that's the answer I'm supposed to give, but if you need a smart answer, it's Pride and Prejudice. If you need everyone wants to read it, it makes people happy, Harry Potter book 6.
So I think Liz, I don't feel like you and I know each other a great deal amount. We've spent a little time together. You know my kids probably better than you know me. I will say that this part that I'm going to say shines through in you and what you do, and that is, I feel like in life we all get sucked into the things that we end up doing. For example, producer Ashley probably never expected that she was going to be a producer of a world famous podcast, but lo and behold, here she is. You run our library.
Yeah.
And again, the part that I want people to know that shines through is you're not just running our library because it's a job or it's something that you fell into. You genuinely love books, literacy, kids, do it, all of it. So, and I think it really shines through in your answer. So I love you talking about your favorite book. I think if I answered that question, by the way, it'd be the encyclopedia. Well-rounded.
All the information you need there. You can't go
Hey,
wrong
now
with that answer.
I would confirm what Tim just said about you, Liz. Although I would say if you need proof, just go up to the Springmier Library anytime during the day, and it is the most organized chaos I've ever seen. And I say that very positively because when we were up there for the oh God, I'm gonna have to tell him senior coffee hour. it was amazing. Those kids would come in and they got directed to where they were going. And if somebody had a problem, it was taken care of. And most likely it was Liz taking care of the problem. So it's very impressive. If you didn't start off wanting to be this, wow, you are doing a tremendous job at being the library director.
Thank you. It's definitely a well-oiled, chaotic machine. I always describe it as like a magical chaos of a space. It is, I tell everyone it is the best job in the entire world. I had a conversation with a friend who was like, I really just don't want to go to work today. And I was like, I really do. Like, I truly, genuinely love, especially Tuesdays, because we have story time on Tuesdays and Friday for babies, but it is the best job in the world. So I cannot say a negative thing about it.
Now, I joke around a lot, but I do have serious questions. So the Springmier Library is located in the middle school, CCA Middle School, correct? On the second floor. What are its hours for the public?
So we open every day at 9. So Monday and Tuesday we're open till 7, Wednesday and Thursday until 6, Friday until 3, and then Saturdays until noon.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I've lived here for 10 years, and for the first 5 years, I heard about the library, but I was never able to find it until we ran into the fact that it's in the middle school. Now, so when you come in there, do you have to go through the office to get to the library then? Is that the normal method?
Yeah, so we have the wonderful secretary, Michelle Kim. She is a magical gem of a person. You buzz in through the front office on the west side of the building. So we used to be located on the east side, and sometimes traffic wants to direct you back in that direction. But we are on the west side, lovely glass 2-story side of the building, and then Michelle just directs you up, and you just go right up the stairs, and we're right there. So you don't have to venture too far into the school to get to us, which is nice.
I can second the fact that Michelle's amazing. So, she's amazing. So Liz, I do think, obviously there are challenges to not having your own space. And I think one of the challenges is just what the community knows and things like, and I think you do a fantastic job of getting information out, trying to find new programming to help bring people in, but maybe just give us like a quick, your 60 to 120 second elevator pitch on the Tiffin Public Library and general overview of how you would put it in your words.
Yeah, so before, I first have to brag because we are kind of hidden up there, but we did just surpass our last year's patron visit. So we are now above 7,000 people have walked into our doors, which is amazing. So we are becoming less unknown as we get through the year. But if I had to give an elevator pitch, I think that the Springmier Library is a place for everyone, like truly in its nature. I mean, we have the babies to the students to the adults, and it gives the small town vibe that I think Tiffin really likes to hold on to and wants to embrace and embody in a way that people, I think, are missing when they go to the larger libraries in our area. So we have some really great surrounding partners within the library setting, but I think the library in Tiffin really is a home away from home. We know everyone that walks through our doors. We can provide resources that walk for everyone who walks through the doors. And I think as we increase our programming, we really do have a little bit for everybody. It's not just one group of people that are getting served more than others. We focus on the things that people want. We buy the books people request, and a little sales pitches we do. Our hold lists are very small compared to other libraries. So if you're looking for a book, we usually have it on our shelves, which is nice.
But okay, so I have a question here.
Yeah.
What's a hidden gem inside the library? Tell me something you'd go, aha.
I have two, if that's okay to give. So the first, we have, I think, I'm biased, obviously, but the most fantastic book club in the world. So we meet once a month on Thursdays at the last Thursday of the month at 6. And we are it's a group that's getting quite large, but it is just a group of people who we every month, sometimes we don't even talk about the book. We just talk to each other about our lives. And we've really created like a friendship within our group. And we've started, they come to other programs now, which is really nice. And so I think that's our first hidden gem. And then our second one that I'm really proud of is our children's area, our children's room. So children's programming is by far our most popular like space in the library, but it is a space we've been really focusing on our sensory bins and our developmental toys, a lot of the free place. We have a toy kitchen, we have blocks, we have the tactile learning that I think is really important for littles, in a space that is a little calmer, a little quieter, a little, unless it's a Tuesday, a little less rambunctious, which is really nice for families that need a space that isn't so loud.
Why am I not surprised you have two gems? You are such an overachiever up there. I mean, that's why the library is so great. So when you said two, it's like, yep, I knew she was going to come up with more than one.
Oh, yeah. I could come up with more, but I'll stick with two for sure.
I do think those children's spaces that you have in there are fantastic. And I think that space is kind of a unique space in general in terms of the glass and the openness, and I think you've just done a fantastic job up there making that super comfortable for everybody.
Yeah. It allows like the parents and caregivers and home adults to have a space to be while their young ones are still playing. Like it's still visible, but kind of separate and closed off, which is really nice. So there's no fear of them running off or getting into something that they can't get into. It's the magical chaos of the library. I mean, we are chaotic and we're wild and loud and lovely, but there's not a lot of space where we can't be, which is nice. So
yeah. Hey, so like I said at the beginning of the show, MPT and I had council meeting last night.
Yes.
And we were asking Public Works Director, Mr. Brian Dieter, what he's been up to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he talked a little bit about, well, I would get more done in a day if Liz would quit bothering me. Okay, he didn't say that.
Yeah. It's true.
But he was really legitimately really excited about what they're working on for you. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so everyone needs a Brian Dieter and crew in their lives because they are fantastic. But they are building us a mini story walk. So it has actually already been installed. It's over in Deerview Park. And I will go over tomorrow to kind of figure out which book we're going to place in. But it is just a way to increase literacy and engagement with the library in a public space. So my big goal always is accessibility, and I think sometimes having the library go out into the public is a great way to be accessible to all families. And they're beautiful. They are a really lovely yellow, and I actually haven't posted about this yet, but we are going to have a kind of like a competition-ish, but our patrons can submit like painting ideas, and I'm going to have 8 individuals paint the posts of the story walk. Just to kind of get more community engagement involved with that. But they did a lovely job. They are beautiful. The craftsmanship of our book walk is fantastic. So, and they're weatherproof, which is nice for the craziness that is Iowa March. So.
Well, I can actually see them out my front window, and I looked out there because we're right across from
Well,
Deer.
they'll have a book in there soon. I'm really excited. We're probably going to do a shorter one, but
it'll be an actual book, or was it going to be pages on each board, or what?
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll pick the book that we want, and then we actually just put it on like a 11 by 17 paper, and we'll kind of fix the sizing so we can get a whole spread or 2 whole spreads of the book on one board. Then there'll be an arrow, and it will point you to the direction so that you can finish the book as you loop around the park. So it'll be essentially the whole book. It won't be like the literal book, but it'll be pages that we've printed and kind of, shuffled around to make sure we can get everything to fit. But
Sure. No, that sounds great.
I'm
So
really excited.
Tim, really what that means is you can be out getting your exercise and reading a book at the same time.
Yeah.
Hey, see, yeah, see, well, you're right, and I do like my exercise. And just so you know, my favorite book, or the one I can remember reading, and this has
let's
been a
hear it.
while, it was George Orwell's 1984.
Okay,
And
that's
when
one
I
of my
read
books
it,
to read this year.
and when I read it, it was in the future. So that's how long it's been since I read that. But no, and well, it's too bad. I can read a book and get my exercise, but Mayor, you're going to be running around the track at the new rec center, and I don't think they got books there. So,
Oh,
right?
that's true. That's
And then
true.
you're going
But
to be
they
pumping
do,
iron.
Mayor Tim, they do. You can read on Libby, which is our digital resource. It's all audio books, so you can get all your reading in as you're running. It's the best thing in the world.
Okay, so this is perfect because I will say we get questions about this every once in a while. Talk about digital and what we do from a digital perspective.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have something called Libby. It is basically it's a digital library of audiobooks, ebooks. There's magazines. They've added like homeschool materials, which is kind of nice. So it's a really wide range of materials that are available, resources. You just have to have a library card number, and you have to live in the city of Tiffin or in rural Johnson County. So the rural Johnson County members, they're kind of in a lucky sweet spot because they don't have like a town. They get to go to all the libraries. So, but yeah, you can have, I think it's 5 books, materials checked out at a time, and then you can have up to 10 holds. But it is like probably the most amazing thing in the world. Audiobooks are really wildly expensive for libraries to purchase on their own, but we are part of a state consortium, so the state buys these things for us, and we kind of pay into that to share with most of the state of Iowa, and it is really great way to again access resources, and they have everything. I mean, I have not been able to not find a book, if that makes sense.
Now, here's a question for you, Liz. And I can't remember if it was you and I talking about this one day when I was in there. Do you count listening to an audiobook as a count in your I read this book count?
Absolutely you do.
You do?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. I had an argument with a friend about this because he said that wasn't reading. And it is 1000% reading. It is, you're accessing information. You are, decoding language 1000%. You are doing the same thing. It's just in a different format. So if we're talking about accessibility, that is one of the most accessible ways to access reading and literacy and books in a way for everybody to have, the ability to read those. So yes, if anyone tells you that it's not reading, you can tell them that your librarian said they're wrong.
And nobody's going to argue with Liz Grier.
You can't at all. Yeah.
So what's that mean? What's that put your total of last year? How many, what'd you read last year, Liz? How many?
It's not as high as I'd like. 55 is what I've read, listened to, which isn't bad. I have 2 young children, and I would love to say I am reading all day long. They make it very difficult to do so. So I don't count my picture books. If I counted picture books, it'd be like 800,000 because all we do is read at home, and I have story times. But legit books for myself, I only read 55. But
okay, we're gonna make
88. So
we're gonna make that sound really impressive. Tim, how many books have you read last year?
Not answering this question. You can't set me up for that. No.
Not falling for it.
Way to go, Liz. I love it. Way to go.
All right, Liz, what's a book you think everyone should read at least once? Okay,
so this is relative because it's always books that you enjoy, but my adult books, my go-to right now is called God of the Woods. It's a thriller, 2-time periods. It's the 50s and the 60s. Their kids go missing. Super well-written, slow burn book. If I had to pick a children's book, my favorite right now is a book called Don't Lick This Book. And it is about, it's really silly. It's about microbes, and it follows a microbe that you get to interact with. So every time you touch something, it picks up a new microbe friend, and it talks about, what the germs do to your body and that thing that you just touched. So they go to a tooth and a shirt, and I think a book, like they touch the book, and it was really cool. So those are my two everyone should read. And then obviously the classics, because they're redoing all of them. They're making them all into movies. So read before you watch. But
So God of the Woods for
God of
adults.
the Woods. Yeah,
And
Liz Moore is the author. She's lovely. She wrote Long Bright River. It's a TV show now. This is her second book, I believe, but it was really, really good.
okay. And don't lick this book
And don't lick
for the
this book.
kids. I may have to
Really
read that
cute.
one just because of its title.
Well, we're reading
Oh,
it
okay.
at story time next Saturday, so you can come in and listen to it. But
All right. Okay.
Is MPT having a senior moment? Did you just have a senior moment?
Huh? What? Where's the dog? I mean, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, easy on me.
I'm sorry. We're in real time here. I don't know if you can hear my dog barking in the background. I apologize
That's
for that.
that's
So
I
we're in
thought
real
maybe it
life
was
here.
you. I
We're
thought
in real
maybe it
life
was
here.
you.
It could
All
be.
right.
Yeah. Liz, we'll get you out of here on this. One more question for you.
okay.
Because I think this is important. Again,
Okay.
the challenge of being in a non-city building.
Yeah,
I think this is
sure.
really important. If you could describe the Tiffin Springmier Community Library in 3 words, what would it be?
I have the hyphenating. I'm doing hidden gem with my little dash in between, my one word. I would say accessible and welcoming.
That's
good.
awesome.
Our biggest win this past year, we got our handicap accessible door. We did not have one prior to this year, and that was my big win. So anything we can do to make it easier for people to come in and get the resources and the support and the entertainment that they need. That's my goal. So
Now, one last question for me anyway. Where can listeners find library updates?
Okay, so we have a couple places now. We have our Facebook page. That's probably the most easily accessible place. We do have our website now, which has been updated. We got a state-run website, which has made everything very clean, very easy to read. We have an Instagram page, and then we just this year got a newsletter. So once a month, I send out information about upcoming programs. We are doing like the books that we're getting in. I've been calling them our book dealer, but we got a new book dealer with Sidekick Coffee and Books. They're a coffee shop and bookstore in Iowa City, and they are a small business. They're amazing. So any new book we get from them, we have a special section for, and that's on Substack. So if you just do springmierlib.substack.com, that is where we are. But I'll make sure to get the link over to you guys so you have that too. But
Perfect. So I was supposed to say for updates and programs, visit several websites, but I think you've already covered that.
Absolutely.
And much better than I would, by the way.
I don't believe it.
But I can say follow them on Facebook because I can get into that. I know where that's at.
Yeah.
And be sure to sign up for their newsletter to stay up to date on events and programs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's always that's got to be a busy update because it sounds to me like you've always got something going on there at the library.
We've been really busy this past winter, so we've had some really good programs, and we have some fun ones coming up in March. So we try to bring in some guest authors every once in a while, and it's been good. We've been really, really busy in the best way possible. So
fantastic. I love the sound of it, Liz.
Thanks.
Liz, thank you so much for being here. You're welcome to come back anytime. Again, I just want to give a plug for Liz. She really works hard to just come up with all sorts of new things and try new things. You know, I'm just super impressed with what you do over there, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank
And
you
she
for
does
letting
it with
me be
such
part of it.
she does it with such energy. It's amazing. I don't know where she gets it.
It's the 2 kids I have at my house. They keep me on my toes.
Well, my
Blending
wife says
everywhere
the
else.
same
But
thing.
no, thank you truly. It is an honor to be, I grew up in Tiffin, so it's an honor to be part of the Tiffin community still, and to be in the space that, my mom was the director before I was, so it's nice to kind of have that legacy of librarianship and being in this space that I grew up in and having my kids grow up in the same space. So truly an honor. But
all right,
Well,
everybody.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Liz. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.
You bet.
Well, thank you.
All right, as we wrap up today's interviews, we do still want to share a few quick updates from the city of Tiffin. And Tim, you and I didn't even really talk about this ahead of time. So we're just going to wing this. We're just going to wing this part of it completely. It's like producer Ashley, putting us on a new platform. We're just going to go with it.
Yep. Hey, me first.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. As of next Monday morning, they're going to be back working on Park Road. It will be closed north of the bus barn to complete that section of road so that we can have a nice, finished, complete Park Road and not squeeze through a small bridge or have to drive 25 miles an hour way too far before we get out of the school district. So just let people know it's going to start happening next Monday, March 9th. And so be prepared. Park Road will be closed.
You kind of took the one that I was going to take.
Well, that age has its advantages. You let me go first.
Yeah, that was number one on my list of things to talk about as well. But number two, because I think it relates quite a bit, and we talked about it last time, but the Forever Green intersection is also going to be kicked off here within the next month-ish. I don't know the exact dates on that quite yet, but that will also be kicked off. And listen, full disclosure, yeah, it's going to be a challenge getting around that area of town for a little bit. Yep. But the end result, it's going to be amazing. So
just keep the end in mind.
Yeah. So a means to an end, and traffic is going to flow through there through the entire project of that intersection. Yeah. I kind of want to go to these entities who do this. I honestly, I can't even remember who ended up winning that bid, but because it went through North Liberty. But I want to be a part of their planning process to figure out how they move people around sometime.
Really, it'd be amazing. Hey, now, are you talking up there by our little Sahara?
Yeah, the little Sahara Desert up there. Yeah, listen, everybody, we're really sorry about that. It's windy. Yeah. It's windy, and we had to grade that sand pile out, and the timing was just tough. But
Mother Nature didn't help.
Yeah, and once emergency management gets their building up there, I would think that would help that situation a little bit. And obviously, as we get that section done,
yeah,
we'll
the roundabout should
plantings and getting all of that figured out at that point. But it is kind of funny. I think you and I talked about that a little bit last night at council. That it's just it's kind of funny to see that coming into town. But
I didn't know there'd ever be sand dunes in Iowa, but there apparently is. So
yeah. Did you have anything else to put on your list?
Yes, I was excited to see that the Homemakers is putting up panel walls, so it's going vertical, and that's exciting because I know they're anxious to get up and running, and I didn't know they were quite that anxious, but I did see that going on. And also, I'll jump on and say we've had some people ask questions about are we or where is the hotel going to be? Well, there is a sign up on Park Road now showing I would suppose a mock-up of the hotel, but as well as where it's going to be located at. So if you're interested, drive up that way, North Park Road, and you'll see the sign and you'll see where it's going to be.
Man, our lists are overlapping because I also was going to say something about Homemakers. I reached out to one of the merchmans who's part of Homemakers operation in Urbandale, and just letting her know last week, I'm like, hey, this is exciting. Walls are vertical. And I told her, I said, I'm guessing it's probably something you already know. And she had said, she goes, oh yeah, I turned on the live feed cameras. So there's obviously they're dialed in out there, but man, it's amazing those precast concrete, how quickly those can go up.
Okay, now you got to be careful, Tim, because you said our lists are overlapping. And that also means great minds think alike.
Ooh.
And you're giving me a hard time about being old, so I'm just saying, just throwing that out there.
Liz, I'm okay. I'm okay admitting a few things, and I will say that the color of our hair is very similar these days. So there is a little bit of that going on. The other thing I would say too is, just because I don't think we can say it enough, is the water treatment facility is well underway and moving along. Yep. So that's happening, folks. If you want to go out to the dog park and take a glance over there, that is happening. Yep. I think they're potentially finishing up footings on the new portion of the building. And so walls will be going up pretty quick over there too. So those things are happening. We're on the downhill slide somewhat. I know we've still got the whole rest of the year, so maybe it's not the downhill slide, but man, it kind of feels that way.
Every time I go down and change the furnace filter, I pat my hot water heater and say, RO's coming. Just hang in there for another 9 to 12 months. It's funny, it never says anything back, but I'm trying to be nice to it. So
yeah, well, that's good. One other thing, we don't talk about this much, Village Drive, the extension that runs past the Maverick gas station out by 80. So if people are looking over there and they're saying, why is that not open yet? It will be soon. So in all of these processes, there are details along the way that make that not as easy as maybe it looks in terms of looking over there and seeing a potentially finished road. Why is this not open? Some of that was winter was coming. We don't want to put salt on a brand new road if we don't have to. And then it needed to be fully commissioned, and there were some final details on that. But that should be opening pretty soon. So we'll have another, call it east-west thoroughfare on the south edge of town. But just let everybody know that is coming.
Exactly. And I do know at the senior coffee hour, the Sergeant Hines from the Tiffin Johnson County Sheriff's Department did remind us you cannot drive on it yet. It is actually private property, so you could get in bigger trouble than just driving on city roads that are cities. They're actually still private property. So please just stay off it for now. As soon as the paper gets signed and everything, the ink is all dry, we'll get it opened up and people can use it.
Yeah, and trust me, I'm pretty close to being able to take a lot of advantage out of that road. And if you know anything about me, I do enjoy a good fountain pop every once in a while, and I like to spread the love around town. So that would take me to the Maverick and Quick Star a lot faster if that were open. So I understand a little bit of the frustration out there, but it will be opening very soon.
You bet.
All right, Tim, you got anything else you want to chat about?
Nope, I've run out of information right now. My
Okay.
wife says I never do that, but I really have. So.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap up this episode of TiffinTalk. Thank you very much to Library Director Liz Petersen Grier and Clear Creek Lions Club President Kevin Swanson for being here. Hey, really fun episode. Thank you for producer Ashley for continuing to fine-tune our process and help us get better. I don't know if we are, but we are trying really hard. So if the effort means anything, then I think we're winning. So thank you to all of our listeners. I think our next episode's still a little wild card. So we're gonna put that together. We'll get information out there as to maybe who our next guests are or what's in store for us in episode 4. But thank you all for joining.
You know, if we have as guests as good as we had today and on podcasts, well, on all our podcasts, you know, it shouldn't be, we shouldn't have to put a teaser out there. They should just know that somebody's going to come and be great on here. So besides that.
So you're saying we are so good, people don't even need to know. They just know they want to hear what we have to say.
No, the guests, not us.
Okay. Just making sure.
The guests.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening, and join us next time on TiffinTalk.
See you.